Let me tell you a brand new story where it's hot. Fallout from the unrest in Ferguson, fueling a controversial proposal in Arizona that would shield the identity of a police officer involved in a shooting for at least 90 days. Should the public know the names of cops involved in a shooting, or does that put the police and their families in an unnecessary, dangerous situation? Joining us now to debate it, Phoenix police officer Joe Kluwer, and president of the Phoenix Law Enforcement Association, says withholding the name is a wise move, while the former Arizona lawmaker Sandra Kennedy from the political action chair for the NAACP's Maricopa County branch believes the community deserves to know who's involved in the shooting. So don't you think the public has a right to know, Joe?
I think the public has a right to know clearly what happened, the whys, the hows. Clearly we have no issue disclosing the officer's service record. But what we're concerned about is what recently happened here in Phoenix, is where an officer and his family had to abandon their home and essentially go into hiding under threat of physical violence and
you want
stress.
Right. So whether the officer's 100% innocent, was in self-defense and well within his rights, their identity's been compromised and their family could be in danger simply by doing their job. Sandra, do you understand Joe's point?
I do. I do understand. I have family members who are sworn officers. I have friends who are sworn officers, and I understand how reprehensive they would be about having their address shown to the public. But I think a 90-day period is really irrational, and you think about the public and what the public would like to see. The public wants to be transparent. They'd like to see transparency.
Right.
If there's not transparency, then you would think there's a cover-up. That's not what we want.
Joe, do you see that? You understand when people don't say something, they feel as though something's being hidden from them because maybe an assumed guilt? Do you understand how the public could jump to that conclusion?
Well, I do understand the issue there, but again, what this bill does not do, it does not keep the facts of the circumstances surrounding a police officer shooting from the public. All it simply does is protect the identity of that officer in an effort to protect his family and himself from undue threats and harassment. What this bill does is it allows the community to get the name eventually, but the 90 days was selected because I think it's important, looking at what recently happened in Ferguson, it's important to allow the investigation to play out so that the true facts become a little bit clearer, and you also have a little bit of time to allow the emotion, because these issues are very, very emotional when they occur, to subside.
So almost a 90-day cooling out period.
Correct, a cooling out period, and also an opportunity to allow, like I say, the true facts to come out, because clearly there was tremendous misinformation put out in the Ferguson issue.
Yep.
And that really was unfortunate, and it caused, you know, frankly, Officer Wilson to have to go into hiding.
Gotcha, Joe. Sandra, the other thing is you wonder if cops are not going to do their job, go with their instincts and training, because they don't want to put their own family in jeopardy. So I think that's really the point.
And I do understand that, but if you look at this, you call it a cooling off period, but it's really going to be a ramping up period where the community is going to come together, and they're going to be, you know, kind of forceful in wanting to know who the person is. So let's open up this line of communication and create trust. That's what this is really all about.
So the bill's out there. We'll see how it goes. Joe Kluwer and Sandra Kennedy, thanks so much.
Thank you so much.